It's that time of the year again where I see college decision reaction videos flooding my For You page. I wanted to share some reflections on how it felt from attending Bronx Science High School and ending up at Baruch College. If you're watching this video and you're not from New York, for some context, New York's high school system is honestly pretty insane. It's a pretty competitive process and there's so many different options for high school. Bronx Science is one of the specialist high schools in New York City, and according to Google, it has a 3% acceptance rate. To clarify, it's not a private school, it's free, and a large percentage of the students come from low-income backgrounds and qualify for fee waivers. So back to my experience of going from Bronx Science to Baruch. I got accepted to USC during my senior year, and it was my dream school. However, unfortunately, I was not able to attend the school due to financial reasons. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I remember crying a lot when I got accepted and crying again when I realized I could not attend the school. The culture of Bronx Science was that everything you did in high school was for college applications, so good grades, extracurriculars, etc. So at that time, it felt like all of my effort in high school was wasted. I remember seeing people post on their Instagrams about where they're going to college and feeling like I had to hide where I was going because it was not as prestigious as other colleges. During my first semester of college, I also felt like I had to prove myself whenever people asked me where I went to college. I would explain that I got into USC but couldn't afford it and so was attending Baruch. However, as I talked to more people, and especially this one student who was the valedictorian of her high school and got accepted to Johns Hopkins but wasn't able to attend, I realized that I wasn't the only one in this specific situation and knew that I wanted to make the most of my college experience. I ended up graduating in 3 years at 20 years old, worked a total of 10 part-time jobs and internships since I was paying for my own college tuition, double majored, and was involved with the school community. Being a commuter student was not fun, though. I feel like it is a lot more difficult to make friends at a commuter student, and there is a stereotype that Baruch students are antisocial. Honestly, I kind of loved it, though. I'm pretty introverted, and during my first semester, I remember taking a class in a large lecture hall, and everyone would sit in every other seat, and I found that pretty funny. I was able to find friends in college, but to be honest, it wasn't really my priority since I was working a lot. However, I do recommend that you try to join clubs, especially during your freshman and sophomore years of college, because of all the different mentorship opportunities you get then. Now, let's talk job and internship searching as someone from a non-target school. I thought I was so cooked my last year of college since that's when I learned what Handshake was and also learned that a lot of internship opportunities I would have been eligible for were actually things I was supposed to apply for 1 year ago. I was so bad at interviews, and although I got some pretty cool interview opportunities, such as for companies such as Jane Street, McKinsey, and Capgemini, I failed the interviews and didn't get offers from those companies. I was able to work full-time after graduation, and honestly, even today, I still wonder if a prestigious college name on my resume would have opened more doors. So if you're watching this and you feel like your story isn't exactly what you imagine, trust me when I say you're not alone. If you're someone really ambitious, I would advise you to continue to stay hungry. And I'm not going to say something cheesy like, oh, your hard work will be rewarded. But if you don't put in the preparation, you're not going to be prepared when an opportunity does come your way. Thank you for listening to my experience, and I hope this video helped.